Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Excellent point you were making, and if I can follow up on that, before coming to the most important committee in Washington, D.C., I served on the second most important committee, the Transportation Infrastructure. And I'm a little surprised because I got on that committee because I was looking forward to passing a reauthorization of a highway bill. As you know, safety law had expired. But when the Democratic Party controlled the House, the Senate, the White House, 60 votes in the Senate, 80-seat majority in the House, the certainty given to transit as well as highways is certainly less than 5 years. So I think it's important to review for the record and for the public who may be tuning in exactly what kind of certainty we've been providing. I mean, the certainty is only as good as long as the authorizing. It's only as good as long as a bill. We are currently operating on a short-term extension, and I'm wondering if Mr. Bartold can help me with understanding or getting that information in terms of the length of time. I know the first extension was sometime in I think 2009, if I'm mistaken. Do you know, Mr. Bartold, the timelines of those extensions?
Yes, Mr. Schock. A couple of my colleagues have been checking the footnotes of the Internal Revenue Code for when we've made some extensions. Since the safety lieu legislation, there was a 15-month extension from September 30th, 2009 through December 31st of 2010.
So the first extension was 15 months of certainty.
15 months. And then the next extension from December 31st, 2010 ran through March 5th of 2011. So that was 2 months and 5 days.
2 months and 5 days, okay?
Yes, sir. And then the subsequent extension from March 5th of last year through September 30th of last year was then 5 months and 25 days.
5 months and 25 days, okay? Getting a little better.
And we are currently in an extension period that was provided for September 30th, 2011 through, March 31st of 2012. So 6 months.
6 months. So 15 months, then 2 months and 5 days, then 5 months and 25 days, and then 6 months?
Yes, those are the last.
Okay.
Those are the last 4 short-term extensions.
Okay.
Sir.
Thank you very much for that information, Mr. Bartold. So basically, over 3 years, we've had 4 extensions. I guess I'm struggling to understand why my friends on the other side of the aisle and some folks in the outside world are having such a problem with 5 years of certainty, 5 years of guaranteed funding for not only highways, but 5 years of guaranteed funding for transit, in addition to not only an extension, a 5-year extension, which is much better than 2 months or 3 months or 15 months, but actually an increase. We're not only giving them 5 years of certainty, but also an increase from $25 billion to $40 billion. Look, I think the perfect is the enemy of the good. We can sit around here and pontificate about how we would like bigger and better, more certainty, more paid for. I'm with my colleagues, but having served on the Transportation Committee for 2 years and being offered nothing but simple extensions of the status quo at much shorter time frames, I would submit to my colleagues in the community at large that this is a much better bill for a longer period of time, providing more certainty and more guarantee for both highways and transit. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.